And welcome
Yes.
back. Yes, just now we were talking about the 11th Southeast Asia Survey Congress as well as the 13th International Surveyors Congress. Right now, we're actually profiling a very prominent CEO.
He's the CEO of SME Factors, Syed Zaid Al-Qudsi. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, a very young and successful CEO of SME Factors. You can maybe share with us a little bit about your company first.
Yeah.
Okay, SME Factors is a company that is registered with Bank Negara Malaysia, the Ministry of Finance, as well as ePerolehan, which actually as an unofficial factoring house. What we do is basically we provide contract financing to businesses. So if you are, most of the viewers who's handling a company, who's dealing with any sort of specific, any sort of jobs, contracts, works, any work at all, with any big entity, whether it may be a government, GLC, or even any private company. So they are actually eligible to apply for a facility with us. So we provide contract financing in terms we provide funding.
Okay.
So you mentioned that you do SME factoring work.
Yes.
But what does actually factoring work mean? On a layman's term.
Yeah. I think factoring is the financial tool which is used all over the world since hundreds of years.
Okay.
It is basically one of the main products that we have in terms for us to achieve, to provide funding, money to businesses. So factoring, one very simple example of our products, which is a very straight off plain factoring. What we do is most businesses, whenever they receive contracts, when completion of the job, they would invoice businesses. So upon invoicing, then they would have to wait maybe 2 weeks or even 2 months or 3 months for payment. So what factoring does is it converts those papers into cash. It sort of gives you the effect of as if you're running a retail business. Because if you're a retail business, you sell, you get money, you sell, you get money, right? So for businesses, when you sell, you get papers first, then you get money. So if you have a factoring facility, it helps your liquidity. You can transform that paper into cash.
Especially talking about a small, medium enterprise.
Yes.
Does this goes to all types of SME business, or there's a certain types? Does it go, like those?
Does it go across the board in terms of
what types of SME companies you're handling? Like if I'm doing a small factory of making kueh, or to another type of business.
As long as you are selling to a business, you're eligible. As long as you're selling to a business.
So it's open to all SME types of.
Not retail sector, no, because retail sector we haven't have any products for them yet. But it's more for a business selling to a business. For example, obviously, if you are a contractor or supplier to the government, or even to any GLCs, Tenaga, to TNB, any businesses, you can apply for facility with us.
So do all SMEs businesses have to go through SME Factors?
No, of course, if you are running a business, one of the main primary challenges is funding.
Right.
So you need money. Every day, you need to get business, you need to get money to get the business. Get business, get money. Get business, get money.
Yeah.
So obviously, we are that channel where you can have sources of funding. So obviously, every SME would need that source of funding. They would obviously need facilities, whether it may be from any banks or any financial institutions. So we represent as another a viable option for you to get funding.
Okay. The most important question is, what is the percentage for all the viewers out there? I think they would like to know how does it go?
The percentage of funding will actually refers to the contract that is one gets. You see, but what the difference for SME Factors is in terms of the speed of the funding. First thing is we can disburse money within 24 to 48 hours. We can approve a facility within 3 days. You see, this is the difference that the speed of the facility that we have, number one. Number two is the flexibility of the facility. We have a very flexible process which allows a lot of companies, whether new or old, companies that are on the up and running, companies that are doing good, companies that are doing not so well. So they are all eligible to have a facility with us. Of course, the rates that we have are quite comparable to other institutions, but obviously because the type of financing that we do is a little bit much more higher than the what's on the table at the moment. But just slightly, I would say around maybe less than 10% higher.
Well, give us a walkthrough of the whole process. Let's just say someone who owns a very small business but wants to expand it and all that. How do they go? What do they have to do? What do they have to go through?
Yes.
I think I give an example. If you are a supplier of furniture,
Okay.
so obviously your first objective is to get a project to supply furniture with any company. As business are booming at the moment, a lot of people moving into the offices needing furniture. So first is getting the project, of course. But second, when you do that, you would need to actually have a facility for you to be able to purchase these furniture.
That's right.
To get it and to be delivered to your clients.
Sort of like an
Okay.
upfront capital.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes. So we have this range of facilities that we have, which is inclusive of that upfront capital as well. But of course, another very, very interesting product that we have is we actually have a product where we assist and we help suppliers or contractors to get to be accessible to the distributors, to the
So you
manufacturers.
provide a channel for them.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what we do. We have a very, very interesting approach because actually funding to the SME is not, you can say, an easy thing. Obviously, a lot of parties, they view SMEs as a bit risky. But what we have is we try to understand them more so that we can actually dissect which are the businesses that we can finance and which are the ones that we cannot. So with that ability, we are able to actually filter through a lot of funding to a lot of SMEs.
So, from your observation, what sort of SME businesses are the most common, and
maybe
which one
any
is,
what type of SME industry that needs help?
Yeah.
I think for any business, because I always say to my clients, you borrow to grow and you borrow to survive. Every business entity leverage or borrow for a lot of reasons. So all businesses need to have access of cash,
Yes.
whether it is to grow or to survive. The type of businesses to answer your question, the type of businesses actually
the most common.
Of course, because of the government going through a lot of programs, the most common ones are infrastructure, construction companies.
Construction.
So they represent maybe almost more than 50% of our clients.
And which type of businesses that are increasing trend? Oh, this is trade secret. Increasing trend, so that people will get more interest in.
I think increasing trend would still be a lot of niche areas, as still be under the construction sector, but providing niche specialized services as well.
Right.
But I would say across the board, construction represents 50-60%, and you have supply and services another 30%, another 20% more in terms of specialized products and services.
Okay, so I was just thinking, okay, as you say, a lot of SME companies out there will need cash, but do you have like a history of the big contracts itself? Like, okay, I am a supplier of, as you say, furnitures, I supply, you give me 50K, that's the amount of money that the contractor should be paying me, but you pay me first 50K. But what happens if they doesn't pay you? Is there an insurance for the... is there any backups?
Yes, that's the risk part, because as it refers to funding, loans or borrowings, the liability is always, of course, responsibility for the borrower to be actually make sure that this.
So you need some sort of collateral.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But for us, the beauty of most of our products is that there's no collateral involved.
Okay.
We use the project as a base.
Okay.
So the payment that because of our registration acknowledgement from the government, the payment is directed from the government straight to us. So because of that, the contractor or the business has the ability to actually leverage, use factoring to get money fast when work is done, and of course the government will then, the bigger company will then make payment to us. So it's sort of an instant method to get cash.
Has there been a case where the business would turn unsuccessful, and what are the ways for you to overcome that?
I think for any businesses, we evaluate the projects first.
Okay.
So the availability, because our expertise in terms of to evaluate and mitigate the specific risk in terms of the project, this gives us an advantage to actually ascertain or forecast, in terms of have a feel of the project. But obviously, in all cases, there is no guarantees. I mean,
it will be successful.
Yes.
Okay.
So there is a small percentage where in turn we are trying to further reduce. But our ability to focus and understanding of the contract gives us an advantage in terms of assessing contracts given to SMEs.
But you always have like a backup plan, like a steps to prevent it, right?
Yes, we have. We have insurance is one product that we have. But ultimately, being a business, we also have risk. In case of all ends fail, we bear the risk of obviously not getting paid from the SMEs.
Yeah. I couldn't help smiling, but watching all the big celebrities in the promo for SME Factors, it's kind of like a short drama, but I think it explains to a lot of SMEs out there who's having this problem and they can go to SME Factors for help.
Yeah. I like the tagline though, SME Factor bridging the gap.
Bridging the gap.
So it's really good.
Where do people go for more information?
Yeah, they could surf the website that we have, smefactors.com.my. They could call the hotline that we have, 1700-817117, and they can just pick up a phone and give us a call, because we have a very aggressive and sort of a different approach.
Yep.
We try, because we are the history of the owners, we are SMEs ourselves.
Yep.
We have always said to clients that we are an SME first, not a funder. We try to project and show that we want the business, we care for the business, we understand the business by projecting us as SME ourselves and having a bit of a new, vibrant way of approaching the business.
Yeah, I think this is a very good opportunity for people to be made aware that there is an option,
a channel that can go for help. Again, it's good when you say you are SME first and not the funder.
That's
so
right.
it's bridging the gap. It is less stressful. People will be less scared of approaching you.
Since the inception of SME Factor, how have you seen the response?
Well, it's been quite overwhelming. It's been over almost 3 years, two and a half years.
Okay.
We have had now currently I think we have almost 900 clients.
Wow.
Giving
So
us
900 different businesses.
Yes.
Right.
From all over the country, from Perlis to Penang to Johor to Sabah and Sarawak.
And most of them in construction.
It is a mixture, of course. The big majority of it is in construction.
What sort of business would you think that it's, this is weird, like this is something different from the other types of businesses?
I think we've came across a lot of supplying of even some defense items, supplying guns, supplying, of course, fertilizers, maybe that's normal, but supplying manpower, supplying food, of course the construction sector as well, doing landscaping, all sorts of... for us, we do not actually, because we study the terms of the contract.
That's right.
We are an expert in terms of studying the official work order. So that gives us an advantage. It doesn't matter what you do. You can be supplying aircraft or flying carpets to the ministry, but we can still see us.
Okay, all right. So the website is again?
www.smefactors.com.my.
Okay, and the hotline?
1700-817117.
Okay, guys, please take note, www.smefactors.com.my for more information. So I hope that all of you, those who are trying to start up a business as well as expanding your business, this is a place, maybe an option for you to go through. And of course, you have to meet up a lot of criteria from them. And yes, they will assess your business, whether it can be expanded, and of course, they will help you in any way. Yeah, wonderful. So what are your hopes
to all the SMEs out there? Maybe you can have a personal message to them.
Yeah, I think the most important thing when you are an SME, when you are down the ground, when you are actually even facing difficulties, is always to put dust yourself off, keep your head up, and keep on moving. And of course, we represent that channel in terms of funding. So what I always talk to SMEs is, do not be fearful of new options, of new ways.
Right.
Because you got nothing to lose. Pick up the phone and call, because of course in terms of funding, they always want to go to the normal ways of funding. They keep on stumbling with the same amount of
fear.
strategy. So do not be fearful of new instruments. Do not be fearful of any ways out there. Keep on moving forward and keep on looking. Right. Keep on searching for whatever it is that you have.
Do you have a lot of Bumiputra SMEs?
Oh yeah.
Up, yeah?
Yes, definitely we have, which is the big bulk of our clients. We also have a lot of suppliers who are non-Bumis, manufacturers, distributors. We try to also have products to actually platform for them to be able to supply to this.
One last question. Do you even handle for local SMEs who has contracts from overseas?
Yes. We also have that, because their requirements, in terms, they may have a local overseas requirement, but most of the requirements come from locally. But a lot of international businesses, we do not have a wide range of products for them yet. But we tend to also include that in the basket of products that we have, hopefully.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, we'd like to thank you, Encik Syed, the CEO of SME Factors. So for more information, smefactors.com.my. Thank you very much for coming to the studio with us.